What?
That was a great cold opening, by the way. I'm glad I timed that well. Oh wow. Okay, great. Well, I hope that was. I hope that came out well in the recording because that was lovely. Thank you, Kyle. Very cool.
Yeah.
Welcome to Korner K4 episode 38, 39, 40 maybe? One of those numbers. We're getting pretty high up there now. So I'm happy about that. In any case, last time on Dragon Ball Z, the party accompanied their charges through the first leg of the Manifest Destiny Racing Royale successfully. You know, their star racer, Barry the Bullet, he made it from like the middle of the pack to the top 100, which is pretty good, all things considered. And then after that, the group went their separate ways to their rooms in the Six Cylinders Hotel. They took a nap, and they woke up, and they decided that they all had different tasks to do, depending on where they wanted to go and where the members of the racing team wanted to go. But their original plans were disrupted because one of their companions, a lovely British secret agent spy man by the name of Dapper, was in disguise, and he contacted the group in disguise, and he told the group that he had a mission for them, and that the group needed to go and talk to a friend of his who operates in Chicago, and that he would give them a job, and then it would be worth the time to go and do it. So after some consultation and some discussion, it was determined that Barry did not want to participate. He wanted to go off and do his own thing, so Mr. Oid had to accompany him to go and follow him around, make sure he didn't die. And then Cairo and his client, I guess, Charge, Donna, they wanted to go to this big like engineering emporium, I guess, a big like tech show that's going on in the city, where different companies and researchers show off their cool new gadgets and stuff. So they decided to go off and do that, which left Frank, the owner of the racing company, and Faith, the backup driver and the second daughter, the older daughter, along with Bonus and Knox, to go and check out this job that their buddy Dapper had pretty much just like walked up and been like, hey, you're gonna do this for me, and you guys didn't really have much of a choice. So yeah, you all went your separate ways, and Mr. Oid was the man we decided to follow first, and him and Barry, well, he followed Barry to this open air market and saw Barry go into an abandoned building. Oid took on the disguise of the Spherical Church priest they had encountered previously, and snuck his way into the building by selling the residents narcotics, as he tends to do. I feel like the priest disguise wasn't that necessary, since you could have walked up as literally anybody else, and the outcome would have been the same. But whatever. So then Barry did his thing, and then he decided to head up to the second floor of the building to an illegal VR den, and have some fun up there. So then Mr. Oid followed him upstairs, and then promptly all hell broke loose, as there had been some kind of electrical attack or something on the VR set that Barry was using. It fried him and his face and melted the headset to his face. Shortly after that, the quote-unquote owner of this illegal VR den was also hit by a similar electrical pulse, and his brain was turned into salsa. And then that's when the some commotion downstairs, followed by a corncob grenade, and the deflection of said corncob grenade, involving some strange hooded figures that Mr. Oid had spotted following Barry when they first arrived at the open air market. led to presumably a shootout on the first floor between the other people in the building and these the other two unknown assailants. And I believe we left off with Oid taking on the disguise of the dead attacker, with the dead body still next to him, which, you know, short notice thinking, but I mean, what's his idea? Maybe not. Is that I believe we left off with, Oid in his disguise, kneeling over the unconscious, uh, baking fried body of Barry, staring down the guns of two of these unknown corn-based assailants. But we're not gonna go there first. I think we need to backtrack a little bit. Retroactively. Flashback a little bit to the beginning of the day, several hours before Oid's unfortunate interactions with some corn-based cultists. To the quartet. That's the word. The quartet of individuals who are supposed to investigate this job and contact that Dapper told him about. So, Kyle, do you have anything you want to do in particular before you and the other three head off, or?
Anything I want to do before investigating?
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is probably talk to, was it Faith, right? Is that her name?
Yeah, she's the cool sister in your
Yeah,
opinion.
the cool one, not the nerd. And probably the father, but I'm pretty sure Bonus says that. I just want to see, what she's capable of. If she can even shoot a gun. I'll walk up to her and be like, "Hey, Faith, if push comes to shove, if I just so happen to hand you a gun or you pick up one, you know how to shoot?"
I'm checking her character sheet. I mean, she does have the parallel processing stuff because she's a racer, so she's got that. And she has her bionic mask, which has the usual light level correction. It's got the targeting suite. It has EM vision like you do, and she has an upgraded respirator as well on it. But her main gimmick is she is a melee character. She uses her bare hands, so she has two reactions per round, and she can make two unarmed strikes per action instead of the standard one. So she's a martial artist, is what she tells me
Ah,
basically.
so
She
if
can use a gun,
that's the
but
case,
you know,
so if that's the case, then I ask her, I'm like, all right, what if I handed you my sword? See, it comes in handy.
yeah, apparently. Uh, she's like, I mean, I'm more of an unarmed combatant, martial arts and stuff. But yeah, the sword, I know how to use the sword.
Okay. A moment.
I need to look at Frank. I think Frank also has. Where is he? Here we go. Yeah, he's a grappler. That's his gimmick.
Hmm. Okay. Then, if that's the case, I'll be like, all right, boss. Looks like we're definitely the people who to shoot, or who can shoot here.
He's like, yeah, I figured.
Same. Okay. All right. Then into shit. We were flown here. How the hell are we gonna get to where we need to go?
I mean, there is public transportation, or you could call Xanthorpe and be like, "Hey, could you give us a car?" He does like, you know, he's the regional manager of one of the biggest companies in the world. So
This is true. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be like, a moment. And I'll be like, call up Xanthorpe and be like, hey, Xanthorpe, I got a question.
and he picks up and he's like, "Hey, if it isn't my favorite mercenary, what do you need?"
Oh, yes. So, we got some places to be, people to possibly take care of that aren't part of the race. And I was wondering if I can have a car.
He's like, "All right, do you want like a limousine with a chauffeur, or do you just want a car?"
I want a car that I can drive, get away with, and possibly run over someone.
He's like, "I mean, you could literally use any vehicle to run somebody over. I don't think that you need like a special thing for that."
This is true. I just want a normal car. I don't want to bother your company too much. We'll be flying around, so I doubt this will come with me in every trip. But yeah.
He's like, "All right, yeah, I can chalk that up as company expense or whatever. It'll be pulling up in front of the hotel shortly."
Okay.
Cool. So you handle that, and then the four of you, Frank, Faith, Bonus, and Nux, walk to the front of the six cylinders out onto the street. And as you guys, leave through the front door and you approach the sidewalk, this kind of sleek black sedan with all like super totally blacked out tinted windows. It's kind of like the crime car, but a worse crime car. It pulls up to the curb, and then the passenger side doors automatically open on its own, and like an automated voice is like, "We've arrived at your destination." And the center console kind of blinks a couple times. Good old drone cars.
And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn to Faith. I'm like, I'll let you handle this one.
She's like, "Oh, you're gonna let me drive?
I mean, it's not like, man, yeah, I'll pull that ironic. I'm like, man, it doesn't seem like you're gonna drive in the race anytime soon, so might as well let you drive when you can.
And she's like, "Wow, wow,
What?
wow."
I mean, Barry's just a druggy, right? Nothing,
Faith
nothing
will
bad.
remember that.
Yeah.
I was making an ironic joke to
Yeah, because
future event.
Barry does almost gets ganked.
Yeah, so
So Faith will be like, well, she'll be like, "All right, fine, whatever," and then she'll hop in the driver's seat of this. This is an electric vehicle, so that's nice. It's very quiet. Isn't as fast as something like a cyanide-powered vehicle or a gas-powered vehicle, but it's quiet, environmentally friendly, and it can be remote controlled by Hermes. So, nothing in a curse, I guess.
I'll be honest. I could see it being funny if she tries to like turn sharp. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, it's so slow.
Yeah, she starts to like drift, and she can't drift because it won't go as fast. But so she gets in, and then she's like turns to you, and she's like, "Do you have an address of where we're going, or am I just supposed to drive around the city until we find somewhere?"
Do we all have the number to?
I mean, when Dapper told you guys that his contact runs a different branch of his suit shop, so you could like just Google it and find it.
That's right. Y'all are going to
Okay.
do Dapper's mission.
So yeah, I'll be like, I don't know. I'll type into non-copyright Google. Do we have
Waze.
a name for that? Waze is a
It's a
copyrighted
GPS.
GPS map.
Yeah, but they've got the Master Chief on GPS.
Oh, that's where it is. Anyways, besides that, I'll type into some browser and search up Dapper's suit shop, whatever he decided to name it.
Google Maps.
Yes, you type into and you find the address pretty quick. There's only one of these stores in the entirety of Chicago, so you only get the one address for it, and then like set your you probably like send the GPS information to the car, and it would pop up on the center console with the directions and stuff of how to get there. This is a science fiction car. It's not a it's not a modern car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll throw that up onto the car and be like, that's where we gotta go.
Okay. Faith's like, all right, and then she turns over to all of you and she's like, so how fast do you want to get there? Am I gonna abide by street laws or are we just going?
Yesterday.
I turn to Faith and I go, look, let's try not to get arrested.
She blinks. She's like, well, anything's legal if you don't get caught. So.
This is true, but considering this is from a friend that if we get caught, it might get a lot worse. Let's not do that. We're already kicked out of. I turned to Bonus. I'm like, is it a whole country that we're kicked out of?
A
Or just a
bonus
part
is
of it?
like,
We are banned from Germany.
yeah, we're banned from Berlin. Yeah, we did some got into some trouble there, and Faith's like, you have weird friends. She's like, fine, street laws it is, and then she puts her blinker on and slowly, but like, I'm talking like 1 mile per hour, begins creeping into traffic because she's trying to spite you. So she drives incredibly
Wow.
slowly on purpose to annoy you.
I turned to her. I'm like, you can be up their ass. It's not like you're not used to doing that. I think. I
Like
don't
10
know.
over the limit.
10 over. Got it. 30.
She's like 10 over the limit.
30
you
into
say.
25.
Did I hear 100 over the limit? That's what I'm hearing. Just stomps on the gas pedal, instantly runs into the nearest building, explodes. Crime car 3 destroyed instantly.
No.
But yeah, so she abides by the street laws, but she doesn't she also doesn't like drive 10 below the limit either. She's a normal driver. And you do eventually get there after like half an hour, 45 minutes of driving. You guys pull up in the nicer area of the city to an identical looking suit shop to the one that you're all very familiar with from Ryanstown. And she stops and pulls up in one of the spots. She turns the car off or whatever, and she's like, "All right, this is it." And she's like, "Do you guys know why we're at a suit store?"
Oh, we gotta do something for a friend. Recap. What were the instructions we have?
You were just told to come here, and then you would get the briefing from the guy inside.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll be like, just park us somewhere.
She puts the car in park right where she is.
All right, it's in the middle of the road.
Well, she's over to the side of the road.
Okay. See ya. I'll Anyways, I'll turn to her. I'll be like, away we go. Let's go, Bonus.
All right. So do you want the non-mercenaries to come into the store with you, or do you want them to stay in the car?
I'll turn to Bonus and ask him what he thinks about that. Should we all go in, or
Bonus will like sub vocal over to you or whatever, and he'll be like, I mean, we like this guy might ask us to like commit actual espionage, something like that. And last time we did a job for Dapper, we got straight in the middle of the Sahara Desert for like a day. So, do you want to involve these people in the details of that, or?
Huh? I turn to I said vocal over. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'll turn and be like, just stay in the car. I don't know. I also vocal bonus. I'm like, maybe leave them a gun. You never know.
But yeah. Bonus. He reaches up and he pulls his pant leg up on his cargo pants, and he retrieves the gel gun that he has, the gel round gun, and he hands it to Frank, and he's like, all right, if anybody rolls up on you, shoot this at them a couple of times, and they'll probably bugger off. We're only gonna be there for a few minutes.
Pant gun confirmed.
Lamau. Yeah, but Bonus has got a personal arsenal at all times.
Also, she's a shepherd boxer lab mix.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also,
but yeah, so
Kode messaged me what I missed so far.
Very little.
Just some talking.
Oh, is this you guys doing Dapper's mission?
Yeah, we're like doing one of those cool story things in like games where they flash back before certain events, so you see like
and then events mixed together.
Yeah. So this is before Oid's run in with the corn-based assassins.
Sick.
So you guys, Bonus and Nox, you guys get out and you walk into the suit shop, the suit emporium or whatever. Dapper Suit Emporium, I think I've called it so far, but I don't remember.
There was a very canon name that we gave it. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I just forget what it is. But you guys see, standing behind the counter, is this very, ironically enough, very dapper-looking gentleman. But it isn't Dapper, at least not the guy you know. It is somebody a little bit different. Not quite. Definitely more obviously chromed out than Dapper is. Dapper doesn't seem to have any bionics on his person. Where this guy behind the counter, he's got two very advanced-looking bionic arms, and very old-fashioned wooden pipe in his mouth. The whole store reeks of like tobacco and like cigars, which is can be a good or a bad thing depending on if you like that smell. You might walk in.
Delicious.
Are you gonna eat it? It's gonna walk up and snatch the pipe out of his hand and just chow down.
Oh no. Yeah, I'll walk up.
Okay, yeah. You guys walk in, and the guy behind the counter is like, good morning, folks. How might I help you? Welcome to the Suit Emporium.
Yeah, I'll look around to see if like anyone else is in the store or not. If it's just us.
Just you guys.
And I'll walk to the counter. I'll be like, I'm doing pretty well. Heard anyone by the name Dapper? We're here for the thing.
He kind of like looks left and right, shifty-eyed. Kind of leans on the counter and he's like, so you must be the folks that that Dapper told me about. We'll be in town and willing to help me with some things. Well, please, come on into my my office here. And he gestures to the kind of back room door. It's in the same place as the back room is in the Ryanstown branch.
Okay. And I'll go with him.
Okay. You all walk into this office, similar in size to the one that Dapper himself uses, but this one is decorated entirely differently. This one there are like a wall of antique hunting style rifles, so like a musket, various like bolt action rifles, huge elephant guns in this big glass case behind the desk. There is a bunch of taxidermied heads of deer, rhino, bears, all sorts of different crazy, tigers, different animals that this guy has apparently hunted. And then in another couple of glass cases against the walls are like probably close to like 50 different pipes of various makes and designs and materials. And the guy walks behind the desk, and he plops down and he gestures over to the chair in front of him. He's like, please, have a seat. Would you all care for a drink?
I think I'm good for right now.
All right, sit yourselves. And he reaches to his desk and he pulls out a bottle of like scotch, and he pours himself a tumbler full, and he puts the bottle back into his desk, and he's like, so, since I assume you all are from Mr. Dapper, then, well, I suppose you'll be relatively familiar with our line of work already, so I don't have to give you that usual briefing that I give most people, but in that case, I have recently come into possession of some intelligence that claims that a certain French megacorporation by the name of Maginot Technologies has recently started operating a secret black site facility somewhere in the subway system of Chicago. And I am going to pay each of you $7,500 to find this black site and retrieve the test subject that's being detained there, assuming my intelligence is correct.
I look at him like, let me get this straight. This is a rescue operation, and we are not to destroy this black site at all?
Like, well, it's not a rescue operation per se. It's more of a
retrieval.
Theft. It's a theft. Yes. Corporate espionage, I believe the term. It's straight up. I mean, it would be kidnapping, but I don't even know if the test subject is sentient or not. So, it could be kidnapping. Who knows? You'll find out, I'm sure.
We'll put it under retrieval.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Drugs.
He's like, well, I can't help with that personally, but I hear Hermes offers some pretty good deals on that sort of thing. So.
Yep, truckloads.
Apparently.
Okay, I'll be like, you got a map where this is? A location we can put in without, I don't know, getting traced, or a location nearby. We're kind of not using we're not using our own car. So.
Like, oh, well, I don't actually know where the black site is, you see. Xeno Technologies is quite secretive about their locations. They aren't even supposed to be operating in America, but here they are. So I don't know where it is exactly. All I know is that it's somewhere along the D line of the subway. So you'll have to take the train and stop at the different stations and investigate everything and see if you can find out where this base is. And once you find where the base is, then you're going to get in there and retrieve the test subject. You aren't supposed to. I don't want you to, blow the building up or anything like that, because it would probably collapse the subway system. But more than that, the goal is to not draw a ton of attention, if at all possible. This is supposed to be espionage, not a SWAT raid. So.
Then got any all black suits? Actually, wait. Don't we have all black suits already?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, I'll turn to him be like, you got any all black suits then?
It's like, black suits? Yes, of course. I always keep some in stock for my goons. I mean, my employees.
Of course. Yes. I turn to Bonus. I'm like, this is some pretty high level stuff. You think we should just leave him in the car?
Bonus is like, I mean, well, this is the thing, right? We're supposed to be protecting these people. So we have to figure out which do we think is more likely to get them in trouble. Bringing them along on a top secret mission to take out a illegal French black site in a subway tunnel, or letting them drive around the city of Chicago entirely unprotected.
Or we leave them here. And I turn to our new Dapper. That's not Dapper. I don't even know if he told us his name.
He hasn't yet, no.
And I turn to him like, huh?
And he's like, "What are you talking about? Who are we discussing exactly?"
Do you know? I forget the father's name.
Frank.
Frank. What's their last name?
Fuel.
I go to Dapper 2 and I go, do you know who Faith and Frank Fuel are?
He's like, "No. Should I?"
Nah. If you're not really into the racing sport, then you probably will never hear of them at all. And I like quickly search them up and like show them like a quick summary or whatnot of who they are, and I go, right now we're their bodyguards, but we're also doing this, so it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. You know, it's gonna be hard to protect them while also trying to go into a black site and not have them killed.
Well, I suppose you have a point. Well, I can assure you that my shop here is one of the most secure buildings in the city. And he turns around and he like leans over to like a bookshelf, and he tilts the head of a stone bust over, and it reveals a button in the bust's mouth, and he pokes the button, and all of the animal heads on the walls, their jaws dislodge and open, and machine gun barrels poke out, and lasers train on you and Bonus. He's like, "I have some of the best security measures money can buy."
I turned to Bonus like, all right, so you think it's a good idea to just leave him here?
Bonus is like, "Yeah, I guess it'll it's better than bringing them along into unknown territory."
Okay.
Okay, so then you and Bonus, go back out into the car and stuff, and you're like, "Hey guys, go to this suit shop and look around. Feel free to buy something, but don't leave. Whatever you do, don't leave." And they're like, "That's kind of suspicious, mercenaries, but whatever, I guess." And then you and Bonus hop into the crime car and head over to the nearest of the D-line subway stations.
Yeah. So we have to what? Go along these subway stations, above, below, try to find out something.
The site you were told is somewhere in the subway, so you have to take the train along the line, basically.
Pain.
What do you mean pain?
Taking the train. But yeah, I'll start doing that. I'm assuming we got our black suits, so
I mean, you can have a black suit. Bonus isn't gonna change his clothes. He has a brand that he's going for, all right, an aesthetic.
Yeah. I'm gonna just change my clothes. I'll wear the black suit. Don't worry, I got you, Bonus.
Okay, so you do then, and then you guys drive over to the nearest subway station. You guys, park Crime Car 3.0, and then you guys head into the subway. this is, a pretty standard subway. It's covered in graffiti. It's damp and moist and gross, and it smells bad. It's pretty busy because it is still kind of relatively early in the morning, probably like 10 o'clock at this point.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you guys, get down there into the station, and you guys go to like, move through the area where you gotta like get a ticket and stuff, and like show the fact that you did buy a ticket. To find that you both already have tickets for the D line. Apparently, you never bought them, but you've got them. So weird, but okay.
Sick.
So you don't gotta pay for them. And then you guys, move through there, and you make it into the actual, like, train platform. Where you wait for the subway to arrive. Yeah, I mean, nothing seems particularly out of the ordinary. There are a bunch of people standing around on their phones, or fiddling with bits of machinery, or working on like drones. There are a couple of people who are homeless, begging with like mugs and cups and stuff. And then down on one end, there is probably one person here that draws your attention, and that is there is this guy, this like 6.5 foot tall dude, who's in line to get like a coffee from one of the coffee stands, but he's dressed like Dracula, basically, like just straight up, like the cape, the vest, the frilly, like Renaissance era, white shirt, very dramatic. He's very pale as well, kind of creepy looking. And people are giving him weird looks because he's dressed like a classical vampire in the far flung future.
Hmm. I turned to Bonus. I'm like, I'm not seeing things, am
And Bonus like, huh? What are you talking about? The weird vampire guy?
I? Mm-hmm.
No, he's definitely here. He's just definitely weird.
Well, what you think we should follow him, talk to him, say something about him? Probably not shoot him.
But it's like, I don't know. Does he look like the kind of guy who would work at a French black site?
I don't know what those even look like.
Bonus looks at you and he's like, "Really? I figured you'd be the only other person in our group who would know what that would look like." Besides
Well, I
me.
mean, probably not French black sites.
It's like, no. Once you've seen one black site, you've pretty much seen them all. He's like,
So
but
this
in that
guy-
case, then he's like, no. I don't think I've ever been to a black site where their employees dress like classic gothic horror characters. So, I think that guy is not on our list of suspects. He's like, if you see anybody else in like a group of people in like uniformed suits with like briefcases, black glasses, and even though it's they're indoors, if you see dudes in like tactical gear,
well, yeah, no, I know that getup, but I just find it funny if that's what we roll up on. We just enter the black site. It's just a bunch of cosplaying vampire nerds. I think I'd cry. I think I'd have to blow up the site if I'm being honest.
but it's like, yeah, I feel the same way. That'd be pretty anticlimactic, honestly. It'd be kind of ticked off at Dapper for sending us on that kind of mission. So yeah, you and Bonus await there for a few minutes before this subway pulls into the platform, and you all get on board. And the subway cars rather, in K4 are pretty crowded, pretty poorly maintained. They're also covered in graffiti. They're dirty and gross. The lights flicker or like will turn on and off randomly. They creak and are super rickety. Not the safest buildings to be. You two of you get on board, and the train begins moving. And then after probably like 5-10 minutes of chugging along in this subway, this maglev subway, the door to the train car at the very far end from where you guys are opens, and this like 5-foot tall hunchbacked figure in like really gross tattered like olive drab green robes kind of limps into the train car, and he kind of like walks a little bit into the car and stuff, and then he kind of takes a seat on next to some random people, and the people he like sits near kind of like get up and walk away, kind of give him weird looks and stuff like that.
There's a lot of weirdos in these subway stations.
Bonus shrugs.
I'll be real honest with you. I have a strange feeling that Black Site's gonna be filled with a lot of strange people.
Bonus is like, I hope not. That would be incredibly annoying.
It will, because we're supposed to find a test subject. Honestly, these looks like 2 test subjects.
Where it's like, oh, that's actually a good point. He's like, oh, what if the vampire guy was the test subject? Oh, no.
Fuck.
Oh, and you just groan in the corner. Oh, no, we should have talked to that guy. And Bonus is like, well, all right, we got this other weird guy, right? So maybe should we talk to him? See if he's the test subject that we're looking for?
Sure, why not? Maybe there's like some cult in Chicago we don't know about.
Foreshadowing. And Bonus is like, all right, yeah, sure, all right. Well, let's go talk to this dude then. And he gets up from his seat, and he walks over to where the weird hunchback guy is sitting. And
Notre Dame.
Yeah, the two of you walk up, and you can hear this guy wheezing when he breathes. It's very creepy. So you're like, oh hey, whatever. And the hooded figure kind of looks up at you, and you can see this like kind of elongated face peeking through the shadowy covering that the hood provides. And he's like, what do you want?
What do I want? I want to know about you. Why? I was about to say why the long face, but I feel like you might take that wrong.
Wow, but we're gonna be racist against the mutants. I see how it is.
Oh my god, that's. I go. What's with the attire? I don't. You don't normally see that every day.
He's like, what? Oh, well, sorry that I can't afford, designer clothing and stuff when I'm living in the sewers.
You live in the sewers? What? Were you a mutant turtle?
I'm like, close. I'm a rat man.
Ooh. Are you taking care of 4 turtles?
He's like, haha, very funny, but no. No, I am not.
Okay. And I turned to Bonus and what the fuck? Oh, I'll be real honest. I think very obvious. I have never met a rat man before. I've seen some weird shit, but a rat man?
And Bonus is like, you haven't seen a rat guy before, bro?
What? No, I don't think I have actually.
And Bonus is like, yeah, no, mutants are. I mean, I know you haven't exactly spent a lot of time in public transportation and stuff before, so you don't really know how the other half lives, so to say. But yeah, mutants are pretty commonplace in the sewers, and in like the dead zone and stuff like that, places where they can't be persecuted easily.
And I turned to rat man. I'm like, hey, you seen anything strange lately? A, odd, anonymous. I don't even think I said that word correctly.
Okay, so you wanna inquire with him if he's seen the black site, basically.
Yeah, sure. I'll be like, you seen yeah, that. I really don't know how else to say that.
Secret facility or whatever, bunch of weird guys, a lot of movement in the
You
tunnels.
know, needles in arms, possibly strapped to chairs, stuff like that.
Ratman's like, actually, I think that does pass. Let me look. Ratman's character sheet. Rat guy. That's what I have him named, by the way. He's a rat guy.
No.
Yeah, it passes. Okay. He's like, actually, now that you say that, I think I've seen a lot of commotion. I think it's like two or three stations ahead of us right now. There's a lot of weird guys, like uniformed guys with like guns and stuff, and they were walking through the tunnels and stuff. They were disturbing my sleep. Talking French or something like that.
French, you say?
They're like, we.
Yeah, and you said how many stations above? 3 or 4?
Like a 2 or 3.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then he kind of like looks with you a bonus, and he's like, you guys aren't so bad. And then he gets up and he walks into the different like the train car that he came from, and as soon as the doors close behind him, he throws his like tattered trench coat off to reveal that he is a mutant rat man. But also he like yelled something you guys can't hear through the doors, and a swarm of insects fly out of his trench coat and begin like slaughtering everybody in the train car in front of you guys. In case you're wondering, yes, you did just avoid suffering from a terrorist attack, so lucky you, huh?
Man, you can't have shit in Chicago.
No, you really can't. You really can't.
That's a whole ass comedic skit right there. Oh god, you meet the criminal, you make friends with him, like, yo, here's some money, here's some food, and then he goes kill the
And commits a horrible war crime
Oh.
using cybernetically augmented insects on a group of innocent people in the train car next to you. So yeah, you and Bonus were just watching this rat guy like cackle maniacally, like hand-wringing the whole 9 yards of evil villain man, as these like this huge swarm of insects attack the people in the train car, and they're all like writhing on the ground, blood's pouring out of their eyes,
dude,
ears, mouths, noses.
I'm gonna record it. That's yeah. And then, like, once he's done, and obviously puts the bugs away, and if he comes back, I'm gonna be like, bro, look at what you just did from a different perspective.
Okay, just like 5-10 minutes after you record it and stuff. And eventually he does put the bugs back. He kind of just like opens his trench coat again, and the bugs just kind of fly into the trench coat and then disappear. Basically, you don't see where they go. And then he just kind of sits in one of the chairs next to one of the dead, bleeding corpses of like the dozen people he just killed. And then the train comes into the station, and you and Bonus get off onto the platform. And when you look back into the train car, he's gone.
I turned to Bonus. I'm like, sometimes it pays to be nice to people.
Bonus kind of shrugs and like, I could have taken him.
I turned to Bonus. I'm like, if you're fast enough, you could probably take anyone.
He's like, true. Very true.
Yes.
And then, you guys stand on this different train platform. A bit bigger than the previous one. You could even this one probably is a bit more central to the city than the last one was. It's a lot more crowded. There's so many people in this train station that when the car full of corpses opens, people get in the train car full of bodies and do not care. Like, they don't react at all. They just kind of get on board, stepping in the puddles of blood all over the ground. They're just like, whatever, I'll put up with it. I gotta get to work or whatever. I gotta get home. So, it's pretty messed up. You and Bonus are in this train platform, looking around, waiting for the next train to show up. I'm going to roll a check for Bonus to see if he can see anything of interest. He does. He got a 7. Cool. You guys are standing around, having a gander, trying to look over the heads of the shuffling masses of people, when suddenly, Bonus's arm is grabbed by somebody in the crowd, and Bonus spins around, and he kind of half unsheaths the sword in his arm, so 6 inches or whatever of the blade extends out, and he kind of goes to stab the guy who grabbed him, and he stops halfway, and he's like, "Oh, it's you. What the heck are you doing here?" And the guy that grabbed Bonus's arm,
yeah,
he's kind of
look.
He's this 60-ish-year-old guy. Older than Bonus is for sure. Not that you've seen Bonus's face, but he seems older than Bonus. He's got no bionics whatsoever that you can see. He's dressed in a similar kind of trench coat to Bonus is. He's got some dog tags over around his neck. He's got a ballistic vest on under the trench coat, cargo pants, combat boots, a pistol on his hip. The usual for mercenary guy. Bonus turns around and he's like, "Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? I thought you were back in Ryanstown or whatever." And the guy's like, "Oh, hey, Bonus, my man, it's been a few years or whatever since we last did a job together, yada yada yada." And the two of them start talking shop. They start discussing, the good old days, if you will, about when they used to work together. So could you make me an intelligence check, por favor?
This is the guy we gotta capture.
This is a test subject all along.
That, my lovely friend, is a sick, nasty 10.
Oh, a 10. Okay. So you from the stories that they're telling, and the things that they do in those stories, you get the feeling that the guy that Bonus is talking to is far too old looking to pull off some of the stunts that he claims to be doing, especially lacking any bionics that you can't see that he if he has anything or not. He's talking about oh, do you remember back when I jumped from that rooftop over to that helicopter or whatever, all this stuff, and you just get the feeling that this guy looks older than he must be or something, because the timelines aren't they aren't matching up in your head, basically. and it's kind of like making you suspicious. You know, you're like, either this guy is younger than he looks, is packing some kind of weird bionics that I can't see from like plain view, or something weird's going on. And then, as the him and Bonus keep talking for like 10-15 minutes, you know, Bonus cracks a joke, and the guy in Bonus chuckle. You don't laugh. It isn't funny. It's a bad joke. It's a pun, but you don't laugh. You don't find it entertaining. But Bonus and his friend do. And then while he's laughing, Bonus draws one of his deagles and just presses it against the guy's forehead, and he stops laughing immediately, and he's like, "Who are you? And what do you do with my friend?" And the guy's like, "Whoa, man, what are you talking about, bro? It's me, Kevin from back in the day." And Bonus is like, "No, you're way too old to be Kevin. Kevin is younger than I am, and you look 10 years older." And Kevin's like, "No, bro, you've got it all wrong. I'm, I don't know, it must be the stress of the job or whatever." So this standoff breaks out, basically, in the middle of this train station. Do you react at all, Knox, or do you just watch it unfold?
I think I'll put my hand on. Well, first, I will EM to see if he has any bionics.
He has some internal stuff, like he has like nanodocs, and he's got a couple of like additional things in his body that you can't see from the outside. But he has no like bionic limbs or anything. Would you be able to tell that? I don't think so. That would be a mission you wouldn't. Okay. So yeah, he has got like a couple of things in him, but not nearly as much as you would expect from a veteran mercenary. Seeing how much chrome Bonus has on him, for instance. So yeah, still also kind of suspicious is that. And Bonus certainly seems convinced that this isn't actually his friend.
I'll like so vocal to Bonus and be like, "Your friend got internal cybernetics the last time you met?"
He's like, "Yeah, that's all accurate, I guess, but he should not be this old. He should be like 30.
I think I'll put a hand on like his shoulder, Kevin's shoulder. Right. And I go, "Hey Kevin, I got a question to ask."
Yeah. And Kevin looks at you, and his hands are up by his head, and he's like, "What that's going on, man?" He's like, what's gotten into Bonus? What's going on, brother? Talk to me or whatever."
Why you so old?
Kevin's just like, "I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Hey Kevin, how old are you?
And he kind of looks at you, and he's like,
When's your birthday, Kevin?
He's like, "My birthday is August 23rd. But he does not seem convinced of his own birthday. He's like, "And as far as how old I am, like 35. And you see like the gears in the back of Kevin's head turning as his expression kind of changes from like surprised and confused to more like serious and like he's figuring something out in his head, basically.
I turn to Bonus. I'm like, match up.
Bonus is like, to be honest, I don't remember when his birthday is, but the age lines up, although he doesn't look anything like a 35-year-old.
Okay, and then I'm gonna ask Bonus, I'm like, hey, Bonus.
Mm-hmm.
What's the only thing you and Kevin would know?
Like, the only thing me and Kevin would know. Oh, I know. And the boy turns to Kevin, and he's like, "Hey, Kevin." And Kevin's like, "Come on, bro, put the gun down. You know, this isn't like you. We're friends and stuff." But now Kevin seems less scared and more trying to negotiate. Basically, like he's doesn't seem afraid anymore. And Bonus is like, "So Kevin, tell me, what did I do as a job before I became a merc?" And Kevin's like, "Oh, that's easy. You know, you were a lawyer." And then Bonus shoots him in the head, and just poof, and splatters Kevin's brains across the subway wall, like he shot a jar of salsa. And people in the subway scream and they run in every direction. Some people flee anyway. Most people don't care, but some people like screaming and run upstairs to the street level. Some of them run down the tunnel. And Bonus kind of wipes the chunks of gray matter off of his gun, and he holsters it again. He's like, "Nobody knows what I do for a living before I became a merc." And then he just turns and walks towards the subway.
I kind of laugh at that. Like, that was a cool one-liner.
And was like, I'm glad you like that. He's like, but, for the record, I think Kevin might have been a clone of Kevin.
Wait.
Me.
Then I face him like, fuck. But then doesn't that mean our test subject would be Kevin?
And he's like, no, I've been having run-ins with clones of people for years.
Yeah, strange life.
And he kind of chuckles and he's like, yeah, I know, but kind of comes with the job description, I think. And then he gets on board the subway that pulls into the station. And then we will cut over, I think.
Yeah.
We'll go back in time a little bit more again, another couple of hours, to the beginning of the day. The same, morning song plays as Cairo and Donna get in their rented vehicle, provided by Xeno Corp, of course, and begin their drive to the convention center, where that
Nice.
big convention is going on.
I just want to be an engineer.
So yeah, the drive is several hours, so you guys will get there. In terms of the timeline, around the same time that Bonus and Nox arrive at the third station, and about the same time that Oid gets into the shootout with the Korn-based assassins.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys pull up to the convention center and stuff. It's this huge, like mega mall style building with massive parking lot out front. You guys, pay for the parking or whatever. Are you driving, or are you gonna let Donna drive?
I'll drive.
Okay. Yeah, so you pull up to the guard post or whatever, and you pay for your ticket and your parking and stuff. And then you guys head in, and you park the vehicle, and you head over to the actual convention center. And there are like a bunch of like big signs and poster boards and holograms and stuff projecting where various, things are happening. So there is like a section of the center kind of dedicated to like bionics and like new prototype cyberware and stuff like that. There's a section dedicated to weapons, to prototype weapons and stuff like that. One section is dedicated to vehicles. If you actually head around to the back of the building, there are vehicle demos being done. So there are new helicopters, mech suits, tanks, armored vehicles, flying cars, stuff like that are all being shown off at various points throughout the day as part of the marketing and stuff to drum up support for the various companies and their ongoing projects. There's another exhibit on nanomachine technology, another exhibit on prototype cyanide stuff that's being produced, new types of reactors and stuff like that. Donna seems most interested in the vehicles and the cyberware because those are her two main fields of expertise.
All right.
And then also probably
I guess
would
I'll
be
most into.
there would be also a like advertised like pavilion where you can go if you want to register like inventions basically.
That sounds like my kind of deal.
Yeah, bro.
I will be going over to that area and registering the designs for Ankh
Okay.
as my own.
So you and Donna walk around the convention center and stuff, and you guys see all kinds of crazy pieces of tech that are being developed. I'm talking like laser cannons, plasma cannons, crazy bionic limbs that are made of like liquid metal and stuff like that can like form into whatever shape you want. They're all their nanomachines. Different kinds of like additional limb suites that make you into like a human spider, basically, where you can like climb walls, stuff like that.
Interesting.
All different kinds of wacky, like robotics tech, drone tech, all different kinds of things. And then you eventually make it to like the center of the convention center, where it's this big circular kind of like stall booth in the middle with a bunch of different people behind the kind of circular desk. And then you walk up, and the person behind the counter is like, good afternoon, sir. What can I do for you?
I would like to register a patent.
You're like, all right. And she kind of, starts typing away at a computer. And she's like, and what is the nature of this patent you want to register? Cyberware, weapon, vehicle, drone, or robot.
Drone.
I'm like, all right, a drone. And then you get like an AR message that she sends over to you. That is like the application to fill out the patent, and there's like an option to attach the blueprints for the drone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it lists I think it's let me look at my notes. It is a 5,000 color registration fee.
All right, yeah, I'll pay it gladly. To get a patent.
Alrighty. Yeah. So you attach the like PayPal over or whatever the 5,000. You fill out the application. You attach the blueprints file and stuff like that. You send over the information back over to the woman. And she's like, all right, thank you very much. She's like, you should hear back from our patent office in 5 to 7 business days about the status of your application. Good. Alrighty. So I will mark down that you have, in fact, purchased a patent.
No, if anybody tries to take it, I can sue them.
Yeah. So that's good. So yeah, do you do that? Donna's like, cool. Now you can like, make robot dogs and stuff for people.
Well, I mean, I pretty much got it because I don't want anybody else making a robot dog.
He's like, I see.
Yes, I intend to corner the market.
And she's like, I see. You're already gonna be doing well in the business world with a monopolizing mind like that, I'm sure.
Exactly. I just want the only one. Well, you'll have one too, but you know what I mean.
And she's like, yeah, I get you.
All right, well,
I've got,
while we're here, might as well try and find some parts for yours, right?
And she's like, yeah, very true. Yeah, you guys can find like stalls and stuff where they're selling different spare parts or they're selling different bits and bobs, odds and ends, or selling like entire pieces of cyberware and stuff like that, or like weapons and stuff. That's also a big thing here. The people selling
I'll
firearms.
turn to I'll turn to Donna and be like, "Would you want it to be magnetic?"
And she's like, what part of it would be magnetic?
Well, any part of it. You can have the body be magnetic, you can have the mouth be magnetic. Figure it's an easier way to keep track of your tools.
She's like, yeah, that's true. She's
And
like,
plus, if I get the tech here, you can activate it on command.
And she's like, I mean, if you want to put in that extra work, I guess, then, I'm fine with whatever, but I don't want to, I don't want to burden you or anything. You've already got so much on your plate, you and your friends.
I mean, hey, I burdened myself making Ankh, didn't I?
And she's like, yeah, but that was, I'm sure that
Might
was
as
under.
well go the extra mile.
Cheesy.
And she's like, if you want, again, I don't want to, burn you. You're not gonna do that.
Eh,
You know.
it is what it is.
Okay, well, if you want to purchase the remaining parts for Ankh, I think you already paid like 15K or whatever.
Something like that.
For the
I just
delivery.
I just need to get the remaining parts to do like the magnetics and stuff like that.
Okay, that'll be. Well, what part do you want to make magnetic specifically?
I'll go with the mouth.
Okay, and that'll be. I'll say that's probably like 1,000 colors to do because it isn't that much area
Alright,
you've got to
yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
Okay, down to 54,000.
So you just have to reach into this thing's jaws to get to get the
Yeah.
tool out.
To retrieve the tool. Okay, yeah, you can find that stuff pretty easily. There's plenty of magnet-centered booths here because magnets are fancy and flashy for the crowds. After you guys do that, anything in particular you wanted to have a look at?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of meander around, peruse the wares available.
Yeah, sure, you can do that. There are plenty of
Stick close to Donna and whatnot.
yeah, of course. She looks around and stuff. She totally geeks out over all the different like custom bionics and stuff that are here. The prototype ones, all the very fancy ones that like have a specialized like coatings and stuff on them, so that they'll automatically change shade depending on the skin tone of the person using it and stuff like that.
Oh,
Crazy
kind of like my
things that.
tattoos.
Yeah. Different like fun little gimmicks and stuff like that they've added to the this coming year's model of cyber limbs or whatever. All the different TVs playing their advertisements and everything for all the different pieces of tech that are being shown off. There are crazy like various different kinds of custom stuff as well. Like you can like custom order and stuff, different limbs if you wanted to do that. And they'll put you on back order or whatever, and they'll make you a customized limb or an eye or whatever kind of bionic you want. Plenty of people are in line waiting for the different gimmicks and stuff that the different booths offer. And then probably like Donna's like, seeing as I am like a mechanic and stuff, I like to keep tabs on the latest vehicular upgrades and stuff that are available, so I can let my dad know and he can order any kind of new parts that we think would make enough of a difference and stuff in our vehicles. And she's like, so I'm gonna go check out the vehicle section, see if they have any fancy schmancy new engines or frictionless axles or whatever that they have on display and stuff. Anything I might want to pre-order, or like sponsor, get my dad to sponsor.
Yeah.
And so she walks over to the vehicle section and stuff, and they have like the big sort of like spinning pedestals with like super fancy, like the highest of end like luxury cars that are powered by silent reactors, and they have like nano machines that make them self-repairing and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. There are advertisements in one stall for this like cutting edge prototype technology that will supposedly allow vehicles to teleport. And they're like, the scientists and stuff are putting on like a demo where they have like a little RC car that they're driving at a brick wall, and when it gets within like a yard of the brick wall, it teleports and appears on the side of the brick wall. And people are like freaking out over that, like, oh my god, that's so cool. Soon we're gonna get like personal teleportation devices and stuff like that, and they're gonna let people instant transmission across the world and everything like that. And people are seem to be hyped about that big advancement. And when Donna sees that, she kind of leans in. She's like, these people don't really realize it yet, but this is already a thing in our vehicles. Not our personal vehicles, but I know that Canadian Enterprises and Jackson Industries, they have access to this sort of stuff already. It isn't open to the public yet. That's why they're showing it off here, because I guess they're thinking of moving it into commercial production sort of deal. But yeah, some of their vehicles on the race site here can teleport short distances, which is, in my opinion, borderline cheating. But whatever, I make the rules.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's bad enough when almost every car has to have the flying option to avoid different obstacles and everything, but teleportation is a whole other level. And so she kind of like scoffs at the people that are kind of geeking out over the teleporting RC car.
Like old news.
Yeah. She's like, these people don't know what the real cutting edge of tech looks like in the automotive industry. And then she's like, well, might as well look at some of the vehicle demos, see if they have anything interesting going on.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
She walks back outside, and they have like this huge, dirt field out the back of the convention center, it's all walled off and stuff. And there are like, how like in the they have the huge like motor pools, all the different vehicles that they have on sale. There are straight up like tanks and stuff and like APCs that are for sale here, from various different companies. And there are people in like fancy suits, stuff like that, walking around with like corporate unit representatives that are all in like military fatigues, like berets. That are walking around and showing off their company's military specs to the salesman or whatever that they're trying to to market these tanks to and stuff. There are like helicopters flying overhead. You can like test drive this armored car or whatever. Test drive this, test drive that. And then on the opposite side of the big dirt field, there is the Mech motor pool, where there are people trying to sell like straight up like building sized mechs to different people. And there are like Iron Legion representatives and stuff that are showing off the newest model of Iron Legion exoskeletons that you can buy for the low price of like $80 billion or whatever the crazy high prices are. Those are like the building sized mechs. I think the cheapest ones they offer is a couple $100,000, I think. So Oid could almost afford to buy a small sized mech. But the one that's currently being showed off is like the prototype is this Xeno Corp brand. They call it the Sunbeam class, and it's this small-sized mech, which means it's like 10 feet, 50 feet tall, and it has a 50 caliber machine gun for a right arm, and on the shoulder there's a retractable shoulder-mounted microwave gun that can deactivate electronic devices. It can fry their electronics. So it's kind of like a localized EMP. So rather than like an AOE, it's a targeted EMP. And there is one of these Xeno Corp guys in like military fatigues, standing in front of this like velvet roped square where this big 10-foot tall mecha suit is. And I have art for this big 10-foot tall mech suit. And he's giving like a speech to the people that are crowded around. He's like, this mech has armor, 7 inches thick, reinforced titanium alloy, and it comes in a wide range of colors. We're open to desert camo, or more modern camo. Digital as well is also, of course, offered.
Looks nice.
Like sleek black.
It does.
Preferred option. Like the microwave gun. We recommend you don't aim it at anything biological for more than a few seconds at a time. It is known to melt people, given long enough exposure. But the gun will probably overheat before that happens. And he's like, and if you're interested in purchasing one of these fine babies, they'll run for approximately $500,000 a piece. But we have a current deal going on today for the convention: buy one get one free. And some of the people are like talking to themselves, and they're like, "Oh wow, maybe I'll go for that." Talking amongst themselves. People are like calling their bosses and being like, "Sir, it was a buy one get one free deal. We gotta go for this." People are.
We need to jump on this now.
Yeah, we gotta jump it before somebody buys them all up. This thing seems to mean business. And the Xeno Corp guy, he kind of like is in his pocket, and he's like, and all you need to get into one of these bad boys is the key fob. And he hits the button on this little fob key, and like the front like chest plate kind of like dislodges and kind of lowers to form a staircase for somebody to step up into the torso and stand in like the interior lining. Is like the interior is lined with genuine leather. Although we can change that out for any kind of material you'd want, leopard print or velvet or silk or anything you might feel is more comfortable for you. We do all kinds of designs and patterns. The interior features visors that can change from thermal vision to magnetic vision, night vision as well, of course, internal targeting suite. He keeps going through all the specs of this mech. And this thing looks pretty top of the line as it's being marketed, of course. It's a brand new, Sunbeam class, small-sized mech. He's like, and these puppies are going to be rolled out as part of Xeno Corp's standard military forces in a couple of weeks, we think. So, if you buy one of these today, you'll get one before anybody else. So, yeah.
Just casually advertising a person melting machine.
I mean, yeah. Welcome to K4, where they market buy one get one frees for mechs. So, and like and also probably think like towards the end of the spiel, the representative is like, and the best part is no background checks for this baby either.
Oh no!
Like you can just walk. It's like buy one today, and you can walk it home if you want. It's street legal. It's light enough so it won't damage the asphalt of the roads or the sidewalks like the bigger ones do. And he points to like the building-sized ones that are like 100 feet tall. He's like, this puppy, street legal. You could break it into a nightclub if you wanted to. Although I wouldn't recommend it. You'd probably take out a couple of door frames. But, your funeral. Street legal. No background checks necessary. No license either. My 10-year-old son could buy one of these if he wanted to. And he chuckles to himself as if he isn't a psychopath.
As if he isn't a psychopath, yes.
Yeah. And Donna seems like kind of curious, but also kind of freaked out that you can just buy this and just literally walk off the lot with it.
Man,
Bro, just call us
only.
now. You know, we'll all pitch in, right? All our sum equals one
We'll
of those
buy a
bad
sunbeam.
boys.
The crime mech.
The
crime
crime mech. Oh wow.
No registration, no license necessary,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no
Mecha
invoice
crime.
back, no
Mecha
receipt.
crime, bro.
Crime.
Hell yeah.
Mecha
I'll take like a picture of it and shoot it to the group chat and be like, how do y'all feel about buying a mech?
Bonus sends back the two like eyeball emojis. You know the
I mean, Oid has probably more than enough money
Always got
to chip
like.
in
I think, do I have a
a
price
good
for this? I
portion.
don't think I have a price for this yet.
Didn't you say like 500 something?
Yeah, it's like. I think is that what I. Let me
for the low price of like $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, low price, 500,000.
That's probably a special convention price.
Well, I think as you say that, like the the guys like the representative of the salesman's like and for 3 months after your purchase, we'll even throw in a free subscription to our limited edition radio service. You get an extra 200 radio channels, custom playlists, all this stuff. You get free Wi-Fi.
I'll send a text to the group chat, guys. If we get it now, we get an extra 200 radio channels plus free Wi-Fi.
It's like, you get like 18 gigs of data for for cheap and all this stuff. They're just throwing in as many gimmicks as they can to like, make people want to buy this mech off of them.
I'll go to the guy. I'll go to the guy.
Okay.
I'll go to the guy and be like, is it possible to finance one of these things?
He's like, oh, well, I'm glad that you asked, Sonny Jim, because we do offer leasing programs. Minimum 50,000 collars down, and then we can negotiate the monthly price and how long it'll take you to pay it off from there.
I'll text the group, guys. You can finance one.
Sends back another eyeball emoji.
It's only 50,000.
Only 50,000, he said.
50,000 down, and we can finance it.
Bonus sends back. We could buy 2 crime cars with that much money.
You're right, but it's $50,000 to finance a mech.
Bonus is like, good point.
You got a point there, Sonny Jim.
That is not a lot of money.
I think.
That's like 2 jobs worth.
Exactly.
Yeah, isn't terrible.
But split amongst all of us?
Yeah, then it's nothing. Then it's like what? That would be like 50,000. So between
Divided
the
by
4
4.
of you would be like 13,500 each, something 12,000.
And I'm pretty sure we can all afford that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but how much is the monthly payments though?
That's
negotiable.
It is negotiable.
So what? We have to make 500,000 plus interest. I'm assuming.
I don't know if it would be plus interest.
Well,
You
I don't
should
think
ask
leasing is usually plus interest, isn't it? It's only if you take a loan out to pay for the initial down payment.
Yeah,
you guys
that
don't
would
need
be-
that because you're all loaded. So you can just
Exactly.
walk in and be like, oh yeah, only a $50,000 down payment. And you're like, deal. Put on a massive wad of cash, just put it in his hand, like it's mine now,
Exactly.
sir. And you walk away with it. You guys
So,
are,
we get-
loaded compared to a normal person. So
So what do we think? Crime
My
mech?
question is, is Dakota actually allowing us to get put a down
mech
payment to get a mech suit plus a free one?
no. If
It
you
did say
finance it, you don't
$500
get the free one.
free.
If you buy one right now, you
Okay.
get the free one.
Yeah, you see, so we'd only get one.
Yeah,
Yes, you only get the
but
one.
but we get 200 extra radio channels plus free Wi-Fi.
I mean,
Yes.
if you guys want to give me to give you the stats on the mech, I can do that.
Yes, please. Yes, please. We're
Sure.
finicky, we're finicky buyers.
Yes, considering that was it 500,000, we got to make monthly payments. So
Yeah, bro.
I mean, hey, that like he said, 50,000 is 2 jobs.
Actually,
We could sign up for 5,000 monthly.
a question I would have is, what hardware does it have as far as like processors go?
Well, he
Terms of
just said
processors?
it's like loaded armaments wise.
Yeah, it is loaded armaments wise. In terms of like, you're talking about like the computational hardware.
Yes.
He's like, well, you know, glad that you asked, Cairo, who's talking for Boyd.
Yeah.
He's like, well, in terms of processing power, it does have the, you know, computational power to work, you know, all of its internal functions. It is also wiring friendly, so if you do happen to have wiring the bionic implant, you can jack into the mech, and that will let you drive it as well. In terms of apps, it can run Doom.
It can run Doom.
Let's
Can
go.
it run
Like,
Skyrim now?
It can run Doom Eternal. Is it going
I'll text
modern
the group
Doom?
and be like, guys, we can play Doom Eternal while driving the mech.
He's like, it does also have a 6 monitor setup in there, as well, in case you were interested in that. You could also, I guess if you wanted to play like Minesweeper, Doom Eternal, Skyrim, GTA 5, and a couple other games all at once.
Escape
you
from
could.
Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov, RimWorld, you know, the classics. You can play all those at the exact same time while also piloting the mech. It
Guys,
comes
we
with
could do a raid. Guys, we could do a raid on Exchange and clear hell of its demon spawn at the same time.
Like it also
You
comes
know
with
what
surround sound, you know, of course.
That's sick.
4K
Yeah.
display monitors, 28 inches each.
Sold. Sold. You
then-
sold with the rounds down.
and then I text the group chat and I go, yes, but now where are the buts? We are it's Xeno Corp.
It is
Yeah.
Xeno Corp, yes.
But they're not doing background checks. They're not asking any questions. You buy or lease one now. Boom. It's
Yeah,
yours.
Xeno Corp is a company you buy decent quality stuff for no background check. That's their main gimmick. That's how they're
They ask literally no questions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is now if we do buy it, Cairo, you're gonna be the one doing maintenance on it, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely. Without question.
Now the better question is, where are we gonna store a mech? What is this, like human
The
plus
parking
size?
garage. Where else?
The parking
Car garage.
Dude.
You just walk up to like the condemned, you're like, Captain. He's like, what? You're like, do you have a spot to hold the mech?
Yeah,
We
how
try to
big is
fit
this mech?
between the two buildings. We're like,
You just walk through the wall and you're like, I'm here for my job, Captain. Attend to me.
How big is it? How big is it?
How big is it? Like 12 feet tall, 10 feet wide. It's a big boy.
12 feet tall.
It's
Holy
a story
shit!
tall.
Hey, if I'm
Uh,
in the mech
story
and I
tall?
duck down, I can fit that in the garage.
Can you ask him for a test ride to see how like flexible it is? You know, if it's a stiff mech or it just feels like
I'm not
your
gonna ask
body.
for a test drive because that could get me shot.
This is true.
If
then
I
instead,
accidentally activate the weapon systems.
I
Well, they have
would
like
hope
targets
that-
and stuff you can shoot at. Like they will let you straight up test drive
Oh,
a tank and
bet,
fire
then
the
yeah,
guns and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to test drive one.
Test drive it, dude. Stick your dick in it.
He's like,
I'll
oh, well,
text that.
if you're interested for to give it a test drive, then yeah, please hop on in. And he just hits the key fob, and the mech's chest opens up, and it folds down. You see that like there is like the 6 monitor setup and stuff all set up onto it, and but the interior is lined with genuine leather, and it's like super cushy and plush and stuff. And there's like the reinforced like clamps and stuff to keep you inside. There's a port for the wiring so you can jack in if you wanted to jack in. He's like, and because it has free internet, if you do jack in, you can still access the Matrix, the global Matrix, from the mech.
Interesting.
Like, it's pretty sweet. And he's like, but please, if you want to give it a shot, hop on in. It should be loaded up and ready to go.
Absolutely.
Right,
Dude,
well,
this is sick.
you climb into this mech up the 4 or 5 steps inside, and you turn around, and you put your arms and arms into the sockets, and these like kind of like metal bands kind of lift up from the floor and kind of like wrap around your knee joints, ankle, stuff like that, so you can control where it moves. And then the chest kind of folds back up and closes. The displays turn on and stuff. It all boots up. You get this full 180 degree angle view around you at any point in time. And sure enough, it has a 50 caliber machine gun for its right arm, and then it has the shoulder mounted microwave gun. And it has the left hand with all 5 fingers, the strong mitts that it has. Where we find its character sheet, and I'll tell you the actual stats.
So when I like get into the mech, I'll look over at like the hand that's not holding anything and do like that ching 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 with all the fingers.
Yes, you can articulate it and stuff. It is fully articulated, fully. There is a little bit input delay. Obviously, it is a mech, but it feels nice. It reacts to whatever everything you do. And when as you look around, the head and torso twist and move and stuff.
So my question is, would John still be able to see like his texts, right? Because I'm assuming you can go in here in like a whole ass. You have your mask and everything, right? Or
Yeah, I have my mask on. Yeah,
No,
I'm not
I'm
checked into it.
no. I'm saying, can you even go into it with your mask and whatnot?
Well, yeah, I'd assume
I mean,
so.
yeah, but he can jack in and become the mech. So.
Jesus Christ. So
Exactly.
if that case, I'll be texting John, or we can all be on a call. I don't know. Yeah, sure, call. Or
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
it would be a text.
Well, Oid currently is in a shootout.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is right a little bit before the shootout.
All right, fine. We'll say this is
So-
before the shootout.
We gotta make sure he's paying attention. Don't need him getting shot, and then we're like, so what do you think, Oid?
Yeah. Down payment. Down
Yeah,
payment.
man.
This is when he's on the way to the building.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get asked to be like, yeah. So how's it feel? How'd it feel getting in?
It's pretty sick nasty.
Nah.
Plus, I can jack in and become the mech.
Okay.
And you do have access to like the mech's like diagnostics and stuff like that, so you can tell all the hardware it has. It is not good enough to support Ankh or Oid's brains to just like download into the mech suit and become the mech permanently, sort of deal.
Yeah.
However, it does have the computing power to where it can do simple tasks. Like if you wanted it to walk to you, it could do that. But it can't use the guns or the microwave cannon remotely.
Okay. So it basically has a follow mechanic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Which is still pretty useful.
All right. My next question would be like, all right,
What's
how
the
was
armor stat on this thing?
Yeah.
So its whole stat is 8, meaning that its chassis, its whole body, has 1.6 thousand health.
Oh my gosh.
And because it's a small class mech, it takes no damage from bullets or projectiles under 50 caliber, and full damage from everything above that. So like your guns, like small arms, don't do anything. Only like the Deagle, infantry rifle, other vehicles, explosives, plasma, EMP, lasers, rail guns, they do damage. But small arms, like a normal assault rifle or a pistol, do nothing.
I'll ask, what's this energy source?
Guys. Yeah, what's the energy source on this thing?
This thing probably would be powered by a cyanide reactor.
How long can that last?
Well, it's cyanide, so years.
Oh,
That's for a long time.
We're good on the battery level as long as we
Jesus.
shut it off.
And you can recharge it using like a thick cable, like the same cable that you use to charge an electric car can charge this mech. So
Oh, guys, we can recharge this anywhere.
it's built.
Oh,
It's built for for market use, for consumer use. So it's gonna be convenient, you know.
Consumer legal.
It
Wait,
has,
and then
it
I
has
bet-
a built-in accuracy set of 5. It has a fuel set of 5, so it can move 5 squares per action. So it can move as fast as a normal person can.
So like 30 feet.
25 feet, yeah.
25,
It has
okay.
a new maneuverability stat of 6, so worse than a car, but not by much. And it has the firepower of 6, which is used for like certain maneuvers. Crew requirement 1, obviously. In terms of hit locations, the chassis has 1.6 thousand health. The arms and legs each have 500 health each. The machine gun has 250 health each, and then the shoulder-mounted microwave gun has 100 health each.
Interesting. Very interesting. This is
Now-
sounding more and more compelling by the second.
Yes. Now my next question is, we don't obviously got to worry about flying. You know, we are doing something for Hermes, and you know, Xanthorpe. I'm pretty sure, if I like, you know, say his name in a sexy way, he'll, you know, allow us to travel with it.
We could ask.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna probably text Xanthorpe after this. Then I'm gonna ask, what does it look like in terms of how modular is it? I think I use that
I'll
word
send a
correctly,
picture.
right?
Okay, how modular is it? Well, this is K4, so and because of the whole right to repair gimmick and stuff like that, it's only compatible with other Xeno Corp products, unless you want to like illegally modify it, but that would void the insurance you get on it.
Yeah.
You get insurance on this thing
Yeah,
You
if
can,
you're
yeah.
buying it.
Yeah.
with
you
the
could
down
choose to-
payment.
No, they do offer separate insurance packages though. So things that it covers vehicular accidents, if it falls over and you can't get back up, and then the best
That would
package
be
covers
pretty
like
hard to
warfare.
do.
Well, I
That
mean,
would be
it,
pretty hard to do for it to not get back up, seeing as it does have a free hand and 2 legs.
I mean, yeah,
yeah, but if
you
it's
know, you never
damaged, then
know.
you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
And they do offer 1 free joint lubrication.
Okay.
Oh yeah. How does maintenance look on this thing? You know.
You
Like,
probably
what
you have to buy a mech bay for it, like the big maintenance framework that it stands in, so you can actually
Like
get
the
over and
Fallout
around
4
it and
thing?
stuff. Yeah, so I mean, like the mechs here, they don't have their maintenance bays here because they aren't meant to be maintained in this open lot in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But you can order one, and they'll deliver to wherever you want to keep the mech maintenance area.
So it's
The
Xeno
building size
Corp.
mechs have like elevators on their maintenance bays, so
Well, yeah, I
Uh,
figured
you know.
those. Odd question. Getting into it, I know it said it had like stairs, but is it similar to Anthem's animation of getting into it?
yeah,
You
you
gotta-
like step
yeah.
into it and stuff. It's like it is
Mhm.
bigger than a normal person, so yeah, you'd have to walk up into it. Yes.
I remember you were saying that we could like change the inside. I mean, obviously this is just aesthetic. I don't plan, be like the leather's super hot. You burn yourself, you know.
You are uncomfortable. Take a
Here's your
-1 to all
1d4
checks.
times 10 damage.
Yeah.
If you've been in the stuff for too long, you die. You catch on fire.
Yeah. I mean, I do imagine that some upgrades to the internals, like,
They
heat
can do stuff,
repressive
yeah.
shit and whatnot can do, but
Mm-hmm.
all right. I mean, I'm kind of sold, I'm not too picky on mechs considering we don't have a bajillion dollars to randomly spend.
Exactly.
this is
and
probably
like-
financing it.
You guys could probably afford a small mech or a tiny mech. You could not afford anything above that size, mostly because it'd be impractical to own one. Because medium-sized mechs that are above small are like 2 to 5 stories tall, something like that. Like they're big. They aren't, your grandma's mech.
Yeah.
This one is which class?
Small.
Okay. Is there anyone selling like tiny mechs?
Not here, but you all know that Odin Security, the same company that makes the plastic 3D printable guns, they do have mech suits for sale.
I'm
Oh,
not
that's-
going to Odin Security.
Yeah, that's the one I was forgetting if Odin Security or Xeno Corp was the one that was like super trashy breaky.
Xeno Corp is cheap,
So,
but it's
okay.
still, but like it goes like KE and Injection Industries are the top of the line for guns anyway, and then below that is like Xeno Corp, Dream, Artificial Life, and then below them is Odin. Odin is the cheapest in the worst quality.
You're
because,
forgetting a corp here.
well, I'm reading of many of them, but the Odin is the worst because they market to the widest audience, and their main like point of marketing is like availability. So there's like a 3D printer on your street corner. You can go there and have a gun get made for you, and you can use it and pull out the machine and gank somebody right there. You know, that's their business model.
And then boom, it's gone.
Yeah. Then once you like
One time use shit.
some of their guns like it gets 3D printed with an inbuilt mag. So once you use the mag, the gun is kaput. It's useless.
Think of Artemis Hotel, where the guy like 3D prints the revolver.
Yeah. But they're like much higher quality than that kind of stuff. They're like legit guns. Marine does offer non-3D printed guns that are still just as cheap, but they are usable for a long period of time. And they do also offer like turrets and security emplacements and mech suits of varying sizes. Tiny and small is their gimmick. They also offer exosuits as well, if you wanted to buy an exosuit from them.
Okay.
Xeno Corp, KE, MJI, that stuff, they would also have other mechs. I just haven't come up with their character sheets yet. So,
Okay.
if you guys are interested in buying a different mech, other than the Sunbeam, then between sessions I will make up a bunch of them and give you guys options next time.
So, do we want to go for this Sunbeam, or do we want to wait?
I'll be honest. I can go for either right now. I mean, it's only what 13,500. So let me see how much collars I got. And we're getting paid 7,500 if we succeed this job.
Yeah, and then we're getting paid what?
Depper job, yes, 25,000 for the Xanthorpe's protection mission.
We'll make that back in this job.
Let's see. So how long are you guys thinking of? I don't know if we're wasting our time on financing a mech right now, but that's fine. So how long do you guys want to finance this mech for?
Well, we're paying 50,000 down for it.
Yes, there's 450,000 collars left to be paid on it.
Do we want to do 5K a month, 25
Holy
a
shit!
month?
I just realized something. Dakota, I also have a different stock. I have 2 stocks.
You do.
You do.
I do, and we only did KEs, not
Oh yeah.
LSSI.
Oh yeah. Well, I can do that now.
Chick.
I will,
Oh yeah. What are the stocks up to?
actually, KE went down last time.
Yeah, that is true.
LSSI
Yes.
though, I rolled an 89%. They are up pretty well.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
But in terms of like customization for the Sunbeam, you can get different guns put on to replace the 50 caliber if you wanted to. You could add other shoulder-mounted stuff to replace the microwave gun. You could put something on its second arm. You could give it like a sword or something if you wanted to give it a melee weapon and make it.
That's sick.
Stupid. Like I think let's see. I think I can tell you what its bare hands damage is. I had that written down.
Yes, please.
That isn't on the sheet, but that's on my notes. So let me find that really quickly. That's not here. That's over here. And then in terms of if you wanted to pay 5,000 collars each month, that would take you 90 months to pay off the mech.
Any 5,000 collars a month.
If we paid 5,000, right? If you each paid 5,000 a month, then that would be 20K a month.
Yeah.
Which means it would take you 22 months, or 2 years, not even, a little bit less than 2 years, 22 and a half months, and you would be done with that. If you all
So
paid
do we
5K.
want to do 5K a month from each of us, so 20,000 altogether?
So what is that? 13. I mean, if we want to buy this mech immediately, sure, I'm down. I mean, we always do a job a week, it seems, so it's not like we can't make up 5,000. It's just we'll have to make sure we make 5,000 minimum a week.
I mean, well, we're only paying 5,000 a month for this mech.
Yes, and
And
I'm
our
saying,
jobs well over make
Ye-
up for.
yeah, I know. It's just sometimes bonus is spending a lot of moolah.
Yeah, he does. Well, that's because it's bonus, and bonus likes to chrome himself out. So,
Yeah,
because Dakota likes to
So,
chrome
yeah.
characters out. So,
I follow that suit. So
what is
just
bonuses
saying.
like money? So, by the way, just so you guys know, the Sunbeam, well, all small size mechs, unless they have an upgrade that adds damage, their basic bare hands damage is 2d100.
Holy
Wow.
shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Could actually make
Yeah.
it a fucking melee mech.
Mm-hmm. Any mech can
That
be a
is
melee
true.
mech. Even like exoskeleton stuff can make you a beast. So, and exoskeletons are like scuffed, ultra tiny mechs, basically.
So we're gonna jump on this.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let me test fire the gun.
Test fire the gun. Yeah, you can do that. It's a standard 30 caliber, so we can fire 1 time, 2 times at a -1, or 4 times at a -2 per action. It has an inbuilt magazine capacity, so it has no mag size. It just draws ammo from the internal storage chamber. Ammo is sold separately, of course.
Okay.
And it does 5d100 damage per shot, and it ignores armor stat of 4 and below.
All right. I'll take 2 shots.
Yeah, so you... It's a BT-50 caliber machine gun. That would be more from me. It's chunky.
Is there like a practice drone that I can test the microwave gun on?
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
just
sure.
like a quadcopter or something that they have set up?
Yeah, sure, they can release something like that for you.
All right. Yeah. Let's give it a try.
Alright, give me a perception check then.
My first natty of the day.
Alrighty, so you can do that. So you aim the shoulder-mounted gun at the drone, and the drone needs to make a hull check. I'll make it a low hull vehicle because it's a drone. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely failed. Roll the 3. So it actually has disadvantage. Well, yeah, okay. The drone falls out of the sky and remains deactivated for 12 seconds before turning back on. You would know, one, you're a mechanic, two, the rep will tell you. A microwave shoulder gun has a range of 60 feet, so 12 squares. If you aim it at a creature, a humanoid, a human being, a flesh creature, they need to make an endurance check at -2, or have 1d4 random cybernetics cease functioning until they are repaired. So that's
Oh
very
my
good for
gosh.
taking out cyborgs. If you're targeting a robot or a vehicle, then they have to make an endurance or a hull check at disadvantage to resist being stunned for 1d4 turns. And you can do it once per
And if they
action.
fail
They're gonna stun
all
for
of those, then they just melt.
well, yeah, as if you like continually expose them for like a minute, then they'll begin melting.
Interesting.
Bro, we should threaten people like that. Hold them, tie them down to a chair, and start microwaving their ass.
Just microwave them like limb by limb.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, sure, I'm down with 13,500.
All right, everybody okay with that?
Boyd?
Bonus.
Bonus
pretty
care.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure bonus does not care. I just want to know what Wade thinks.
Yeah, Oid, do you want to
what's your
put
opinion?
13,500 down on this mech so we can get a mech?
Why 13?
12, it's
Because
12 and a half
it's
thousand.
50,000.
It's 12 and a half thousand, not
50,000 to
13.
put down payment.
Oh, it's 12?
Yeah, 12.5 thousand.
Oh,
for each
12,
of you.
12.5.
Oh, I thought it was 13,500.
No, I did quick maths and I got the wrong number. I got the number wrong.
Oh, that's
I
even
was
better.
gonna say that would have put a dent in the wallet there.
What, for you just checked your wallet?
Well, no, not yet, but I know. I know with how much I have, that would have put a dent in the wallet.
I mean, I'm at like 35, so
What if-
12,500.
But
is
it's like
done.
45,000, I think. So you can afford it, but it'll put a dent in his cyborg money.
Yeah, same here. But I mean, it's a Mech, so it kind of works out.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm good. I got 54,000.
Wow, this man really thought he was at like 20,000.
That's what I thought, cause I did a couple of like big spending things at this convention already.
Unless, you know,
So-
Dakota didn't take away your money already, so.
No, he
No, I
did. He
did.
did. He did. I just
Okay.
checked it.
I'm on top of my finances.
He is. He is. Especially when it comes to mine. Yeah. With
Yeah.
my spending habits, yeah.
And then
I
I'm
saw
gonna
60,000 and I saw it go down to 54, and I was like, oh no, I'm good.
call well, first I'm gonna like wire the money, I guess.
All right.
Well, is Oid okay with this? Are you down for buying a mech?
I'll contribute.
Hey,
We got a Mech, boys. That's a
we
big
got
achievement.
a Mech.
That's
So I'm
a
gonna
big
take
fucking
12.5 away from all of yours then. So Knox, you're now poor. You're down to 24,000 collars. Well, 23,500.
Before I pay this guy, I'll get out of the Mech and I'll just make sure that it's okay that we do 20,000 a month for 22 months.
He's like, yeah, that's fine with me.
Perfect. All right, let's wire that money and get us some Mech. And I'll look to Donna and see her reaction.
Yeah, you should look to Donna and be like, yeah, I just bought this.
Yeah, I just bought a Mech.
Yeah, and she's like,
Wow.
uh,
Flexing on the date.
yeah. And she's like, you what?
I bought a Mech.
Excuse me, what?
You say you bought a mech.
Well, leased a Mech.
She's like, you're leasing a mech.
I mean, yeah, I'm a mercenary. Danger comes with the territory.
Watch us never use the Mech once.
Like
Now,
your
now he's
grips
going
knots?
to give us a mission that solely revolves around us using the Mech.
I watched the Mech get destroyed right there.
Yeah,
I'd be
a rocket comes out
upset.
of nowhere and bombs it.
How? I'll be like, yeah, danger comes with the job.
It's like, and you feel like solving that danger by buying a mech.
Hey, you know what? That one dude that was a president one time carry a big stick. And this is my big stick.
And she's like, do you know how to take care of a mech?
I mean, I'm sure I can manage.
And then that's when you hold
Unless
her
you're
close.
there to help.
God damn it, you messed it up. Yeah.
Wait, no. What were you gonna say?
I was like, and then that's when you hold her close. It's like, don't worry, I know how to take care of you, though. And then you shoot your grappling hook and fly off.
And you climb in your mech and you crush her underneath your massive titanium alloy boot.
I'll turn to her and be like, I know how to take care of a lot of things.
You're
People,
one of them.
people,
Robot
ladies,
dogs, mechs.
robot dogs, mechs, cars. I have a very big repertoire.
My resume
And
is
a
quite large.
very. You want a house that's quite large? My gun arsenal.
Yeah, my.
I don't wear
machine.
size 12 shoes for nothing.
Okay, so you guys wire the money to Xeno Corp, and this guy's like, all right, sir, well, thank you very much for your purchase. We'll have this mech moved over to the front of the convention center in a few minutes. And he
Now,
whistles with
I'm
his
gonna
fingers
ask
really loud.
one more question.
You're like, oh yeah, sure, go
Insurance
ahead.
is-
What is the insurance going for this?
It's like, well, it depends, sir. What kind of package do you want to buy for it? You've got the what would we call it? Like the Sunday driver package, where it only covers dings, paint scrapes. It covers joint damage as well, joint wear and tear. damage to the interior, you know, so if you like spill a drink or whatever and you short circuit some of the internals, we'll replace those. We also cover any kind of like jams that might happen if you like submerge it in water, or if you like get, I don't know, like tree branches jammed in the finger joints or something like that. We handle that. Or you could get the the keyboard warrior package, which includes it covers hacking damages, stuff like that. Covers EMP damage, microwave gun damage, laser damage, plasma damage. It does not cover ballistics or railgun damage. It covers flood damage, all this stuff as well from the Ascendant Driver package. Or you could go full on combat package, which covers everything.
How much is the combat package?
He's like,
A
well,
leg and an
I need
arm.
to check. He's like, I need to check your credit score for that, sir, so I know exactly, you know, the kind of lifestyle you live, so we know exactly what we can expect from the wear and tear of the mech, you know.
I mean, all right, yeah, go for it.
All right, and he checks your con number and
God,
stuff.
what is your credit score?
That is
Probably
a good
pretty
question.
good because you guys pay with cash for everything. So
Holy shit, you're right.
you guys have cash on hand, so you guys
I
have
don't
really
think
good.
you've ever taken a loan.
No, none of you ever, probably never in your lives have any of you taken a loan. Well, probably, Bonus probably has, because he always, like, you know, like his life was different before he became a merc, so he has a credit score.
And I just put the down payment down on a mech, so like
Yeah.
I probably have a pretty good credit score.
Yeah, you got pretty
And-
good.
God.
Pretty
you
good.
wanna
And like
find
doing
funny.
the monthly payments on
Are gonna
a mech
boost
is
your
going
guys'
to
credit scores
drive my
real
credit
good.
score up, so I'm kind of happy
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah. So the guy's like, oh, well, it seems like you guys are definitely
Well,
either
me.
drug dealers or mercenaries about the amount of cash you guys have on hand. So
Well,
Not
no,
both.
he's checking my credit score.
we're both. Well, he's checking your. Well,
He's checking my credit score because I just paid for it.
Well, I think
you all. I thought you did you all wire your own separate payments to him, or
they
did you all wire it to
wired
you
money
and then?
to me.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
the question. Did we all wire it to him, or
They
are
wired
we?
think
money.
it'd be better to
The
have
only
it
way
under
they
one
would be able to
person.
do it is if they wired the money to me.
He did say that we all made for it. So let's wire it only to John, only to Cairo, so that way he doesn't see. They don't try to check 3 other people.
Yeah. Let's leave it at 1 credit score for now instead of 4 separate credit scores.
Okay. So I'm actually writing down lease for mech is, so in total each of you need to pay per week $1.25 thousand on top of your weekly
Fair
rent
enough.
of $1,000. So
Wait,
Fair
per
enough.
week?
yes,
That's what it basically
1.25
comes
per
out
week.
to is
Oh,
Yeah.
for 5,000 a month.
Not including insurance, but that'll be added on in a moment. So he takes your credit score, and he's still like, yeah, either you're a drug dealer or a mercenary because you have so much cash on
the
hand.
latter.
He's like, I don't need to know your business, sir. Good to know, though. And he's like, so
Man,
in
I
that
just
case,
said it out loud.
he's like, so in that case, I'll say, so you're interested in the full combat package, right?
Yeah.
I'll say $2,500 per month, or no, per week rather.
For
Actually, no,
how
per
many-
month? Per month, I'll say. But for as long
For
as you,
how many?
as long as you have the
it-
vehicle,
for as long as you have the vehicle, yeah.
that you pay insurance.
2.5 per month.
Yeah.
That's
But
not
that's
bad.
so. Let's see here. We just spent 12,500, and then it's 5,000, 2.5, 6, 7, 7,500 per month.
Well, I mean, I'll cover the insurance on it.
I'm gonna need a
'Cause it's only-
spreadsheet for this. For all of your
It's only,
accounting.
it's only 2,500 per month.
Yes,
On
per
top of
month,
the
plus of
5,000
the
you're
plus
pitching in
plus
there,
the
right?
5,000 per month, plus the 4,000
That's
per month
like-
for your rent. So the total of per month, each of you is paying now 9K, and then Cairo you'll be
Well-
paying
well-
11.5K with insurance
I mean, that's fine.
Why are we getting 4,000 for rent?
because it's $1,000
Because
per
it's
week.
per month.
Oh,
There's an average of 4
Wait.
months or 4 weeks per year or per month.
yeah.
Oh no, Oid's was 750.
Yeah, but then he moved, so it's now 1,000 again.
Okay.
Or yeah, a full 1,000 again because he moved to out of his marginally worse apartment into his marginally better apartment.
I mean, all right. That's sounds fine to me.
Hmm. So I paid 9,000 a month. You said.
And I pay 11.5. So
Yeah. So everybody else pays 9K per month, and then Cairo pays 11.5.
Okay.
all right, yeah.
That still means like
Yeah,
if you,
let's go
like
for
if you guys
it.
get like 20K per job, you do a job every couple of weeks. That's still like a $30,000 profit minimum per job.
Exactly.
So, because you guys charge
Exactly.
exuberant prices for your unemployment. I might add.
Hey, we're
Exuberant prices.
dying out here.
The price of employment is definitely going to go up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, plus you guys are kind of in the
Yeah.
big leagues, and Xanthorpe is extra generous with his money, so
Exactly.
you guys get to make extra few thousand every now and then, plus get like extra, like I'm pretty sure Cairo, you have like free Hermes Prime like membership for like life, thanks to
That
Xanthorpe,
is true.
So that's
I would
that's
not
all
be
that.
surprised if all four of us had that.
No, only Cairo, because he's the only one who actually buys stuff. Well, I guess no, probably Oid would too, because Oid is the buys drugs from
Oid
Hermes.
does
So
the drugs dealer one, yeah.
I think what I'm gonna
just
do is I'm
suck
gonna
his
stop
dick.
paying attention. I'm gonna this accounting is getting so in depth. I'm gonna have to change the pay cycle for how this works. Because usually, for up until now, I've been doing it weekly. Now I'm gonna change it to make it monthly because it's just that's
A
how
lot.
it's just easier to
It's
do.
just easier.
Yeah.
It's just easier
So
to do it
Yeah.
monthly.
I'm gonna say
Monthly
you guys have
payment.
3 days till the end of the month. 3 days till you gotta pay your
And I'm
many
assuming we
fees.
can pay early then.
You can if you wanted, yeah. I mean, if you just wanted, you could prepay your rent for like a year or something ridiculous like that. But that would be
That is true.
more work for me. So
That is true. All right, so yeah, monthly rates work better then.
yeah,
Alright, let's
Plus,
just
that's
say we
also
all
better
like
for
talk to our, I don't know,
accountants.
landlords and whatnot. We're like, we're changing to monthly. Don't ask why.
They'd be like, all right, whatever. Renegotiate the contract.
Sick.
Just on the spot.
Just on
Yeah,
the spot. I
renegotiate.
text my landlord. I'm like, I'm doing this now. They're like, okay.
I
Alright,
called
yeah.
my landlord in the middle of the firefight. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to renegotiate.
Yeah, we're gonna renegotiate. What do you mean, Oi? What are you doing? Don't question it. Give me my monthly payments. The grenade goes off, and he's like, "All right, Oi, whatever you say. Don't hurt me, please." You and your weird friends. I think
Yeah.
actually, out of the entire party, Bonus used to be a corporate lawyer, so he could do that for you guys. He'd be like, "Oh, you guys want to
That is
renegotiate
true.
your contracts? All right, like email me the contract, and I'll talk to your landlords for you." In like a week, you'll have a different landlord contract, different rent or whatever.
And in a week, you'll have a different landlord.
He just kills them and replaces them with somebody else. Like trying to negotiate. God.
Yep.
So yeah, so the guy's like, all right, well, thank you for purchasing from Xeno Corp. I hope you like your Sunbeam class mech, and of course, if you've got your money back guarantee. If you don't like it in a week's time, you can send it back and full refund. We here at Xeno Corp
Interesting.
pride ourselves on our convenience. And then he, really loud like finger whistles, and a helicopter with a giant magnet hanging from the bottom of it hovers overhead, picks the mech up, and moves it over to like the front of the building, so you can like straight up just walk away with it.
I'll look over to Donna and be like, so now we just have a mech.
She's like, "How are you gonna get it back to Ryanstown?"
Do you know who
I
our
have my
employer is?
ways.
That's not my.
Yeah,
that's
do you know
that's
who
a
employed
Xanthorpe
us?
problem. that's not my
Do you
problem.
know who employed us?
He's like, "Yeah, but are you sure he's gonna be like, oh, sure thing, buddy. Just put this mech on my AC-130 and have it shipped back over to New York or whatever."
I'll turn to Donna and be like, hold that thought, and I'll
Now
take
I
out like my actual phone and call up Xanthorpe and put him on speaker.
don't put him on speaker.
Okay,
Remember?
so you call up Xanthorpe and he's like, "Hey, if it isn't my favorite hacking mercenary, I read your bank statement. You bought a Mech. That's pretty cool, huh?"
Yeah, I have a quick question. Do you think you'd be able to move it back to Ryanstown?
He's like, "Oh, yeah, sure.
I'll
Let
let
me
you use it on the third Saturday of every month if you do.
Yo, what?
He's like,
Just
I mean,
kidding. No,
he's like,
no,
yeah,
I
he's
don't
like,
actually say that.
he's
I
like,
don't
I'm
actually
flattered,
say
but unfortunately for you, my friend, I have a giant-sized Mech already.
that. Oh,
you know.
well, then there you go. See,
It's a company
things are
Mech. Don't worry,
practical.
it's a company
It's
Mech.
in my
these
pants.
things are practical. All right, sick.
He's like, but
Well,
yeah, I think I can
it's
have it shipped over.
all right, sick. It's waiting outside of the convention center right now.
Okay, all right. I'll call up my my tow guy, and he'll get the big rig out, I guess.
Man, you're really flexing
Sick.
on your future wifey here.
I am indeed. I am indeed.
He's like, cool. I'll write that off on my taxes as work related.
Oh, dude, he can.
Oh yeah,
this.
that's right. I can
You can
claim
do a
that as
tax
business
write-off.
expense.
Yeah, business expense. You all can. That lease and
Sick.
the insurance can all be business expense.
Oh, you fucking know it.
So I get more money back on my taxes because I pay for the insurance on this. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Just,
nice. Well, do you need anything else from me? Proud new owner of I mean, I wish you would have bought a Mech from Hermes, but I
I know,
understand.
but it was
on a deal,
here.
Yeah.
It was under lease.
Yeah,
It's
they should have
It
given
came
you
with free Wi-Fi.
It came with
200
free
radio channels,
Wi-Fi.
Andorf. Come on.
200 radio channels, man.
and
200.
then you go to Xanthorpe and be like, but Xanthorpe, now, I don't know about you.
It's
and then-
got heated seats.
What? God, no. Why would you want that on a
You
Mech?
could have paid if they probably have like a luxury model where they would give you like massage seats in it instead.
Oh,
Dude, all I'm saying
That's
is,
like a
what-
dream Mech is the massage seat.
it's
I
like
think-
water cooled.
I think what we can do now, right, is if we fully buy the Mech and own it, right? Because
Right.
after the lease is up, it's technically ours. It's just we go to them for workshop if we still pay the insurance.
Yeah.
We trade
I'm
it
gonna do.
with Hermes for
I
company
don't know if
secrets.
For
I don't know
18
if that's
crime
like-
cars. We're gonna
for 18 crime cars.
The crime
A
fleet.
Crime cars.
No, because right after he said that, not that I know this, but I'm just thinking out loud, right? Can we negotiate to trade Mech for company secrets, even though it'd be pretty obvious that
mean,
Dream
that would
Hermes is better?
selling a Xeno Corp Mech to a Hermes representative would count as like corporate espionage. I'm pretty sure.
Now what? Now what if we did it for Dapper?
Oh, then it'd be fine. But now that you guys have a Mech, you now can be like, hey guys, so I don't want you to give me money. I want you to pay for my Mech.
I mean,
Oh my
that is a fair point. We could,
can.
instead of payment, say, hey, pay for 2 months worth of this Mech.
You're gonna need a big spreadsheet.
I mean, hey.
Well, I mean, not really.
No, okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because it's not like these companies are gonna run out of money anytime soon. But
Exactly. And everybody that goes to us is rich.
this is true, and I was gonna say something.
Like the rates that they pay for our employment are like drops in the pond.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
like
guys know
rain
that, like,
in the ocean.
yeah, like Xanthorpe's net worth is in the billions. So
Exactly. So Xanthorpe paying us for our jobs is like a drop of rain in the ocean. Like it's not going to matter anyway.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he like uses like $100 bills as tissues at this point. He's
Exactly.
He's stupid rich.
He rolls his smoke leaf
You roll
in
this
$100 bills.
Yeah, he's
no,
whack.
but yeah, sure. Now we got a Mech. Now we're having it in Ryanstown. Now,
Yeah, and it should get there by the time we get back.
Yeah.
probably. But now I'm wondering, can we do? So you know how it'd be like corporate espionage to do that, but is there
We're
any
not
way?
selling it.
What? No. To get a Hermes one, bro. You know how fucking badass that sounds?
I
I
mean,
mean, you could trade it in, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
but like,
But-
but like,
But it
what?
is also
it's a mech.
a customizable 12-foot tall, heavily armored. Like this thing is going to be used for like frontline combat in like the Sahara or wherever the Xeno Corp feels like starting a war next. This is military grade tech you just bought.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
any gangbanger from here to like Tokyo would literally kill anyone to get their hands on this vehicle, and you guys just dropped cash down on it like it's nothing. You're like, oh, 50K?
Exactly.
There you go, no problem.
No problem.
And bought the full insurance package. So like,
Yes, this is how you guys know you're hitting the big leagues of merc work now. You can just buy a mech on a whim and be like, you know what?
like I
not?
feel like Cairo like took a side glance at his account and he was like, "We're going all in, boys."
We're back.
I'll be honest. I never thought it'd be this early when we got a mech.
Early? What do you mean? We've been at this campaign for like a year and a half.
You
It's
forget?
been a while.
I only. Wait, has it been
You
that long
only
for
just
me?
joined us.
It's been a
but
while, it's
the
been a while, it's been-
original
this is-
OG crew.
Yeah, this is the
has been
longest
at
running
this-
campaign.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, this early, you would never expect it.
I mean, I definitely figured someone who would buy a mech, but I figured like Xavier would save up all of his cash to buy a mech and then put his brain in the mech. Or I figured I would have bonus buy the mech because it's bonus. I mean, obviously he has to be the
Never
one to buy the mech.
expected. Never did you expect that it would have been me that bought the mech.
It was me, Barry.
But it was me, Barry.
It was me, DM. I
Um,
negotiated.
And before like the rig comes to like take this thing back to Ryanstown, I'm gonna
Kiss
I'm
it.
gonna take a couple of pictures with me inside the mech, just chilling there.
Dude, you
But
should
you
send
post
it
it on
your.
your social media.
Yes, absolutely.
I think
Oh,
that's
you
a
can bring
bad
them back to
idea.
your shows.
Bro,
Rock
disco
him like
mech?
Iron Man. Just, I am your DJ. Have fun or else.
Oh no, it's the Black Sabbath. I am Iron Man.
Yeah. And then if your fans don't applaud you loud enough, you gun them down with your microwave cannon. And you melt their faces off like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes. No,
Think about it this way: we can outfit this mech with any kind of armament we want.
from Xeno Corp.
I'm assuming from anywhere.
No, I asked that earlier. He said it'd be illegal and void the
Really?
insurance. Yes.
Well,
It'd
then
be-
yeah, Xeno Corp. We can outfit it with like railguns. But like
Mhm.
that's all we need is Xeno Corp's arms.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's fine.
we'll talk about this after.
Yeah.
Ash.
Anyway.
Sorry, audience, we were kind of geeking out. This is pretty badass.
Yeah. This is
This
pretty
is-
top of the line here.
Yeah, this is I mean, if I'm being honest, I did not anticipate you guys to actually I want this to be on the record, on recording. I was supposed to use that mech to attack you guys. And
No,
instead
I
you
have
bought
one.
it. So
I'm not surprised.
I don't really know what to do with that information. So now they're just
I
in this
literally
crowd.
just bought the show model.
There's just in the crowd just this hooded cornets guy who's really sad because he was gonna hop into that mech and try to gun Donna down, but he can't because you bought the mech. So he's all depressed and moping in the crowd, being like, "Oh man."
So I guess what I'll do now is I'll take the key fob and put it inside my whatchamacallit, my trench coat pocket. Safe and sound on an entire key ring that has like my apartment key, my bike key.
Of course.
That's fucking funny. I can't. We actually had to circumvent an encounter and buy it.
I literally
Buy
just
the
bought the
encounter.
show model.
Like you're like Bruce Wayne now. You're like, oh, sorry, Superman. They're trying to foreclose on your house. Well, not anymore. I bought the bank. Good for you. God.
But
Well,
yeah.
I think we can end the session off here then. Since you guys want to talk more finances.
Oh yeah.
I'll turn to Donna before we end off and be like, pays to be a mercenary.
And she's like, apparently. I mean, our cars are worth a lot of money, but like, we don't get paid that money. We put all that cash right back into the vehicles, so it's a different ballgame apparently.
Pays to get paid 4 different times.
I mean, you know, I did just buy most of the remaining parts that I didn't have for your animal. So, I mean, hey.
She's like, do you want me to pay you for building the robot dog, or?
Nah, just see me in my room.
Yeah, like, do you need the cash now because you just bought a mech?
We're looking into alternative payment options.
I'll look at Donna and be like, consider it a courtesy.
She's like, all right, if you say
when
so.
When are you just gonna slip in her pants, man? It's been like 2 sessions already. Just fuck her already.
3 in-game days. 4.
I'll turn to her and be like, all right, how's this? As repayment, you can buy me a drink later.
She's like, I mean, I don't think that quite counts for like the 20 grand you blew on this, but sure, I'll buy you a drink.
Sick. And with that happening, we leave off today's session. We just bought a mech. We are now the most powerful, possibly the most powerful mercenaries in Ryanstown. Word will spread. We'll get more high-paying jobs. But if you enjoyed it, please let us know. You know the drill. You know what we're about. Hopelessly shilling ourselves.